Well, tomorrow is Palm Sunday. So, what's so important about Palm Sunday? Why don't we just celebrate Easter? Let's talk about that today in your morning cup of inspiration. You know, Jesus had just raised Lazarus from the dead and he was getting ready to go to Jerusalem for the feast, for the Passover feast, in the week of Passover. A lot of his disciples didn't want him to go because they knew the religious leaders there hated him and thought they would try to ambush him and kill him. And Judas, of course, wanted him to go, and he wanted to get him set up there as the king, as an earthly king. So this was something that they had talked about, and that Jesus says, no, we're going. And this was right after, because Lazarus was raised from the dead. Well, over in Matthew 21, 1 through 11, you can read the whole story about when he enters the city. And I'll just summarize it quickly, is that he had two disciples go to a village where he said it'd be a donkey and a colt, and to get that and bring it to him. And if anybody asks him that the Lord needs it. Well, they did, and he got on the colt, and they went to the city. And as they entered the city, people started yelling, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. And they cut down palm leaves, and they're waving him, and they're putting him in the front on the ground on the cloaks. He was entering in on this as a king. And it was very important because during that time, when a person of importance would come in, they would come in with an entourage. They would have a procession, and people would sit there in the streets, and they'd be cheering them on as they came in. But they were coming in peace as well. And Christ even said, you know, I am the Prince of Peace. He has told us that. Well, the significance of him coming in on that colt is that he just answered a prophecy over in Zechariah 9:9, where it says Jesus chose to ride in on a donkey because he said, rejoice greatly, daughter Zion, shout, daughter Jerusalem, see your king comes to you, righteous and victorious, lowly and riding on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey. Now, this is Old Testament, before Christ was even born. It predicted this, it prophesied this. So people were cutting down the palm branches and waving them, and that was significant too, because the palm branch represented goodness and victory, and really was symbolic of his final victory over death. This was about to happen, but the people didn't realize that. And they were shouting, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. And that actually means save now. So they didn't realize what they were saying at this. They had a whole different thing. They were looking for this earthly king that was going to come and fight their battles for them as a present-day king. But God had an ultimate plan, that he was sending in his son as the ultimate sacrifice so he can win that battle over death for you and for me. Jesus said in John 11:25, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live even if he dies. See, that's why he went in there to Jerusalem. He knew the ultimate sacrifice was about to take place. And that's why Palm Sunday is so important to us, because Jesus knew. He fought it, but he knew, humanly he fought it. But as as our spiritual leader, as our father, he took it on. He took on what God wanted him to do. And he did it for you and for me. So let's celebrate this week of Passover, knowing that Christ went into the city, knowing he was going to die for us, but ultimately knowing he was coming back from the dead. So we have conquered death with him, and we can live with him in eternity forever. God bless everyone. I look forward to seeing you again for another morning cup of inspiration. Have a wonderful day.